Hi Sagittarius, welcome to the reading. We'll just get into the air clearing with some music. So the mutable fire, Sagittarius. So in the present energy, Sagittarius, letting go of heartbreak and healing, which is very beautiful. The Aquarius full moon, the second one of Leo season, usually we only have one full moon per season, is coming. The air sign, the water bearer, swords, the air, Leo season, the heart. So you are really working in this period to let go of heartbreak and to heal some sort of like really major wound. So I'm happy to see that for you. The challenging energy right now is the Wheel of Fortune. So just kind of like the time passing, karma, luck. That's feeling to you like something that is, and these are, the fixed signs. Aquarius is a fixed energy. So a challenge is just feeling like the passage and the beauty and the truth that is just time and the wheel spinning. And I wonder why that's feeling like a challenge in the present moment. In the recent past, the Eight of Swords, more air energy, releasing the sense that you are stuck, like realizing if you were feeling like you're stuck about something, that you're not, and you can take off this blindfold and you can release yourself from sort of the binding and step out from the water puddle, step out onto the land. With Virgo season coming up here, step out from the swords, step out of that pain, feeling constricted by like your ideas and your thoughts, and realizing that you're not stuck, and in that moving into the space of healing. And in the near future is the Four of Pentacles, Pentacle Earth energy with Virgo season coming up. Just kind of like sitting with like you made your money, your career was successful, you have the resources that you need, and you are just kind of like sitting with that now. You're not necessarily doing anything like major with it, not necessarily being like greedy about it, but you're just like, okay, I have my stuff and I'm just like, and like I'm chilling here, I got my resources. I'm not necessarily like wanting to like share or go do anything like collaborative about that, but just like I have my money and I'm going to sit here with it, which is fine, giving you that sense of stability, especially as the mutable fire. It's nice to have a sense of stability like that. In your conscious energy is the Hierophant. So this is the Taurus card, the fifth major arcana card. Leo season right now is the fifth sign, the heart, spine, courage. But this is the Taurus card, and this is about spiritual and religious like institutions, like that fixed earth of Taurus season. The Hierophant, the priest. So consciously, you are really experiencing the world maybe in a very somewhat like strict, in a somewhat strict way, trying to form the boundaries and the foundations of what you consider to be like a spiritual life. That might include like a dogmatic practice or something like more closely towards religion than just sort of like the free-flowing spirituality sort of about anything goes. This is about like forming structures around the way that you experience your spiritual life. And then the subconscious energy is also the five, so I love when the above and the below energy do like match somewhat, and as above so below, so you have both fives here. And the Five of Cups is about just kind of like feeling sad about something, like you're realizing that there have been cups that have been spilled, but you're not really realizing that if you turn around that there are a few cups that are still full, that you can focus your attention on, and that you can get over this bridge to get over this town across the stream, with the Aquarius full moon, the water bearer coming through. And so maybe just feeling like sad about the cups that have been spilled in the current moment, and not necessarily being appreciative of the ones that are still there with you. The advice right now is the Emperor card, Aries. This is about just like the advice of like staying in control of what you're doing. Ruling over your kingdom with boundary and passion and leadership, and more, passionate fire energy. Right now is the Leo, the fire. This is a Sagittarius reading. This is an Aries card. So your advice is to to use that fire and to continue to work on having like this sense of control over it is and what you're doing, because you're doing that in like a responsible way. And so, especially with the Emperor and the Hierophant card here, like just standing in sort of like a strong masculine kind of energy of putting in the work to be in control of your life. Really like facing forward and handling it and doing the thing. And healing on your way there. The energy surrounding you is the Three of Pentacles, so some kind of collaboration, whether it has to do with your money or your finances or something to do at work, but there's a sense of like collaboration that you're feeling about something here, and so maybe like working with other people to get to the next phase of whatever it is that you're working on, but definitely in a time of collaboration and working with other people and like demonstrating this leadership capability in your life. A hope is the Five of Wands, so releasing conflict, releasing some of the lower vibe of the fire energy that I do think that we tend to experience a little bit more of like as we move on in the season. And so you're really working to like release conflict, or either like you're having an inner conflict about something, or you're fearful of an inner conflict, or I like to read this one as just like working to release conflict both for the self and for others. Even if you're experiencing some kind of conflict that you feel like you have to put down the wands, you're wanting to release that, and that also matches up with releasing this sense of heartbreak here with the air energy and the Aquarius moon coming through. And the outcome here is the Judgment card. So I don't know that Judgment is always associated with Sagittarius, but I sort of think about it as a Sagittarius card. So you're really just moving towards your energy. The Chiron went into retrograde, the wound's a healer, so we're really working to heal ourselves in this next few month period. It's been going on for about the past month, and we still have about like 4 or 5 months to go with that until the middle of December. So this is about like, this is really a card about like answering a divine call from the universe, and there's a lot of major arcana cards here. And so you're going through like a major divine transformation in your life. And the outcome of all of this is to really like answer some sort of call that you've been wanting to move forward with. And so maybe like you're working towards like answering this call, and so just like the passage of time and luck and karma and the things that we can't always control, but like things circling back and maybe benefiting you because you are healing and you're working and you're collaborating and you're taking leadership opportunity. And like, yeah, you do feel sad about some things that have been lost, but like you're realizing you're not trapped. You're just going to like, you have your money, you're going to sit with it for a while. Like you can just use that stability that you've created with yourself to feel that sense of, I sit in my throne. I feel my butt on the chair, and I feel my butt in the chair. Mindfulness kind of stuff. But you're feeling like leading, and you're feeling like you're in a collaborative space. And you're really working to develop like your spiritual life, and to let go of conflict, because maybe the passage of time you're just thinking about it, and it's like what's worth it and what's not worth it, and maybe that is your sense of answering that divine calling. So it's beautiful. It's a really lovely energy, and I do see Sagittarius as sort of Sagittarius moons it's one of my favorite moon placements, especially to like experience when the Sagittarius moon comes around. And it's sort of like the Sagittarius moon asks you to answer your own call. So Sagittariuses are working to answer their own, but also maybe just being around a Sagittarius can help you to answer yours as well. So wreath, sorrow over a loss. So there's been some sort of loss that you feel sad about, and you feel sorrow about that. And it's a beautiful wreath with the Virgo, the mutable earth kind of like the garden, the one who serves the garden and helps it to transform, feeling some sort of sorrow over a loss, but healing from that assuredly. Staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. Judgment, a lot of major arcana cards here in the upright, so the divine is with you. Chain of events that will affect your life. So maybe just like there's the chain, the wheel, like just like the butterfly effect, like a butterfly flaps its wings in one area of the world and it changes, world events sort of idea. But a change of events that will affect your life, and so maybe that is like what the challenging energy is on top of this healing and really like very clear path towards like collaborating and leading and moving towards like the spiritual goal in life. You have the Hierophant and the Judgment kind of in the same, aligned in the same placement there. So working to deepen what spirituality means to you in a formal kind of way that you feel like you have like a sense of control over this and are truly like answering a divine call. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. So that could have to do with something that you're working with, or maybe why you're feeling a little bit sad in a moment, but that loss could have to do with anything. So someone you know is undependable or insincere, feeling a little bit of sorrow about stuff, but like there's no feeling is ever like a pure amount of one feeling. So you will be taken care of, and you're on the wheel. So maybe it feels challenging because you are on the wheel, but like you are moving in a very solid direction in a way that I don't see any tremendous amount of stress here. There is always going to be sadness about things that we lose so that we can live something else. So pain, ghost, and reflection. So pain, sorrow over a loss, what's going on in the subconscious. Feeling things have been lost, but not realizing that there's still like really a lot here to be had. So there's pain with that. The ghost, taking time for reflection, like you're like maybe this like recent like reflecting on what you have built for yourself in terms of resources, in terms of finances, in terms of stability, in terms of money, just reflecting on that space. And ghost is that Aquarius moon that just hit today and is turning into the Aquarius full moon, peaking this Sunday. So it's your reflection. That popped out first. As above, so below. Some say that certain people or situations in your life act as mirrors that reflect back at you and teach you. What that mirror reveals can act as a source of inspiration, encouraging you to move forward. You may not like what you see, giving you the opportunity to make some important changes in your life. This card is a reminder of the importance of taking time to reflect and partake in some deep self-inquiry. What are the mirrors in your life trying to show you, and what can you learn from them? So learning and reflection. Do pain, so we'll end with ghost. Pain can feel like it's bigger than us, and it can come to us in many forms. It could be a physical, emotional, or psychological manifestation. Remember that after pain comes healing. How can you find healing and be gentle with yourself at this moment? So if you feel pain about stuff, you're working to release a heartbreak, which means there was a heartbreak there to begin with. What can you learn from the pain? That's always kind of the question. Whatever's going on, what can you learn from it so that you can have less pain about something similar in the future, that you can learn from it to add more beauty to the areas of your life that already feel beautiful. And ghost. When this card comes up in a reading, it may be because a ghost from your past has been paying you a visit. Your ghost may be something unresolved or repressed, or a person or situation from your past. Pay attention to what is coming up emotionally during this time. Why do you think this ghost is coming to you now? What is it here to teach you? Maybe this Five of Cups is like a ghost. You're kind of like thinking back and reflecting on that and being like, what's here to be learned? Like, we are all mirrors for each other, and you're reflecting on that. And maybe that's why you're in this like very spiritual, solid leadership type of energy. Like you just like, you know where you are now. You're working to heal this pain. You're working to release conflict so that you can answer what your form of divine calling is all about. And I think that's what a Sagittarius definitely wants. Move towards that judgment card. Answer the call. Really like the God Devil archetype a little bit, like both of them, because as above, so below. The whole debate about does the devil even exist, or evil can exist, but that doesn't mean like there's a devil. And maybe all of it is both. So a few cards came out here. Nothing will come of this situation. Avoid, of course, moon. So maybe like having to do with the pain. Or maybe there would be no like practical thing that you see from this journey you're going on, because it's a spiritual inward journey. Like you already have your resources and like you're just sitting with that. Maybe this is all like a very personal journey. And like there won't be something that you really see clearly change in your life about it, but it's just like a healing. So nothing will come of this situation except for healing, because something always comes from everything. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon, mutable for the Sagittarius reading. Nothing is yet set in stone. So the wheel keeps spinning. Or maybe that feels like challenging to know that like there's not just one answer, like one certain answer, and you've just reached the end of a destination. Like everything in life is a journey. Nothing is set in stone. Especially for the mutable moon, mutable fire, quite mutable. Emotions are running high. So yeah, maybe just like this pain of this loss, working on this heartbreak, and taking like a really solid spiritual journey. I mean, that's just what I'm seeing with this Hierophant, the Emperor, and the Judgment, and standing in like a really masculine energy. Sagittarius is a masculine sign, to answer your call to the universe. So like you're feeling a lot of stuff maybe. Fire energy. The advice is Aries. You are a Sagittarius. We're ending Leo season. We're entering a full moon. So like you feel a lot, and that's like just makes sense for the full moon. It's a super moon. And Sagittarius can kind of be like extra optimism, expansion. So just like you're feeling a lot about that pain right now, but you're working to release the conflict and to like answer what it means for you to have answered your call. And that's beautiful. That's exactly... that's some nice full moon vibes for Sagittarius. Sacred Phoenix Heart 21. Oh. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens. Yeah, blood, Leo season, rose gardens, Virgo season coming up. In total faith, your conscious energy, your outcome. Love tenderly guides every lover to the garden of the heart. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. Sagittarius the Traveler. Reason says there's no way out, but love says yes there is, though. You're like realizing like I'm not stuck. How I adore your defiant, rebellious heart with the Aquarius moon right now. It knows that what for the mind is an end is for the heart simply another match to ignite the sacred flames, Leo season. It eats of love until it is filled, and then becomes angry again and eats some more, and again and again. It eats of love until it is so full it must simply explode into a sacred fire of passion. It bursts, incapable of sustaining old consciousness in the expanse of blessings unlimited, lavished upon it through the great beloved's affection. It would be like attempting to fit an ocean in a teacup, so it does not. It bursts forth like a dying star into spectacular radiance, only to be reborn again, new and hungry for the next feeding frenzy in love's great banquet. How I adore your defiant, spectacular heart. Does life need to be grasped for? It is bestowed according to grace and destiny. destiny. What's happening is just part of destiny, whatever it is that's going on for you. And it doesn't look like there's anything to really do. It need not be sought so much as received. The spiritual destiny that calls your soul, even whilst you may feel your bodily ears are deaf to the call, makes your heart leap. Like definitely something about some sort of entering a major call here. It is as though hearing the beloved's voice and stirring an ancient memory of love so powerful moves you, even without you necessarily understanding how or why. So let the life come to you. Be prepared to let the old version of your life pass away into the new life now being born. What does this mean? It means letting go of your striving, your opinions, your doubts, your despair, and your fears. Life wants to happen through you, blazing angel. You don't have to do much other than get out of your own way. Love is your nature. Let it flourish, and life shall unfold accordingly. This oracle brings a particular message regarding divine timing, that also significant factor in your dreams coming to life. Your time is fast approaching. It may even be now. It may seem least likely to you. There may be great darkness or confusion, and yet the unveiling of the new dawn is closest to the deepest darkness of night. Do not turn back or away from your progress. Your next steps shall be upon hallowed ground, rendered golden by the rays of the rising sun. And so that's a beautiful message as we end Leo season this week. You don't need to do anything. You are transforming. You are leading. You are collaborating. You're putting down conflict. You're sitting with your resources because you've already accumulated them. You're healing. And like this is just the wheel turning. The wheel turning, you are working, you're going through something very spiritual, and you are answering the call, which is whatever the divine has, planning for you. You're like on that journey, and you don't have to do anything to kind of get there to that next step. It's just to be. You are stepping onto hallowed ground. So many blessings for that. Okay. Thanks for coming and joining, Sagittarius.